Hey, what's up guys? Adam here, and in this video we are going to be looking back on pensions once again, and this time we are going to be focusing on SIPPs. Now I kind of touched upon SIPPs in my last video regarding pensions, but now we're going to be going much deeper into SIPPs and finding out exactly what they're all about. Now, before we get into it, it must be said that I am not a qualified financial advisor. Everything on this channel and within this video is for entertainment and educational purposes only. For your own individual circumstances, please do seek qualified professional advice. Okay, so what exactly is a SIPP? Well, a SIPP is a self-invested private pension, and it provides a very inexpensive way for you to save for your retirement. Now, if you have a full-time job or work for a large company or organization, then 9 times out of 10, that particular establishment will offer a workplace pension, kind of like as we mentioned in my last pensions video. Now, you'll normally be offered this workplace pension either during your application process to that particular job if they know they're going to give you the job, or it will be shortly after that process. Now, I would highly recommend that if your full-time place of employment does offer a workplace pension, that you actually decide to opt in. Please do not opt out, because in most cases when it comes to workplace pensions, your employer will actually match your contributions, and in some cases actually exceed your contributions. So if you're not making contributions, you're technically giving away free money that could be going towards your pension pot. However, some people like to be in a lot more control of their finances. They want to know exactly where their money is going, how it's going to be spent, what it's invested into, and how it is growing in the background. And that is where SIPPs come into play. It's basically a do-it-yourself, bespoke type of investment platform for your pension, and it's very similar to a stocks and shares ISA, a type of ISA that we love and talk about several times on this channel. So there are 2 types of SIPPs that you can actually invest into. The first of which is a full SIPP. Now, a full SIPP tends to offer the broadest range of investments possible, including the property market. As a result, they tend to have a lot higher fees attached to them. They also tend to be aimed at people with very large pension or investment pots, and they're also aimed at more experienced investors who want to invest in more sophisticated areas such as commercial property and new developments. So the second type of SIPP is known as the DIY SIPP. Now, these are going to be more readily available, more open to the majority of people that are going to be watching this video, and a DIY SIPP still offers a large investment choice. It just doesn't really include the property market. Now, DIY SIPPs tend to have very low fees because it doesn't really require much input from the investment broker, and it also doesn't require you to have an active fund manager as well. So the overall management fees and the account fees tend to be a lot lower. So then what can you invest into then with your run-of-the-mill SIPP? Well, a SIPP will allow you to pretty much invest into the same securities that you can invest into with a stocks and shares ISA. This would include things like index funds, ETFs, bonds, unit trusts, offshore accounts, open-ended investment companies, and a lot more. So who should actually consider a SIPP? Well, a study was actually carried out by Which, and they actually found out when they asked the majority of SIPP owners why they opted for that product, nearly half of them said it's so that they can use it for a large income pot later down the line that they can draw down from. Now, that's not really surprising, because the majority of people, of course, do set up a pension for that particular purpose, whether it be a private pension or a works pension. However, when they probed further, around about 41% actually said they gained a lot more control when using a SIPP in comparison to other pension types. So the question then still remains, who is a SIPP going to be geared towards? Well, it's going to be geared towards people who are comfortable and confident making their own investment decisions. Now, if you're someone who already has a general investing account or a stocks and shares ISA, you may run your own business or you may invest in the property market, then you already have some confidence there and some degree of risk tolerance. So you opening up a self-invested private pension is probably going to be right up your street. SIPPs are also going to be aimed at those who are making significant contributions towards their pension already, or they have an incredibly high income, because 9 times out of 10, those people are going to be more happy to take that greater risk because they have more of a cushion due to their income. And the final reason is for people who are looking to consolidate their pensions. Now, this is currently where I stand. Now, I currently have 2 different pensions, 2 different work pensions, and I'm currently in the process now of looking to consolidate those 2 pensions into one SIPP. And it's kind of giving me the incentive myself to create this video. So how much does a SIPP actually cost? Now, the charges you pay in a SIPP are important. Just like investing in a stocks and shares ISA, fees do have the potential to eat into your capital over the long term. Now, in most cases, SIPP providers tend to do their pricing, and it's really varied depending on what company you go with. They may decide to give you a fixed annual admin fee, or they may take a small percentage of your portfolio year on year. So who offers SIPPs then? So there are different types of platforms out there, each with their own different fees, incentives, layout, just like with any other financial bank account or investment account. So please do have a look around, because what I choose or what someone else chooses might be completely different to what you decide to go with. And there's companies such as AJ Bell, Hargreaves Lansdown, Halifax, Fidelity, Close Brothers, and Vanguard, just to name a few, that all offer SIPPs. And as I said before, they've all got their own different incentives. Now, for my own circumstances, I'm currently looking at going towards Vanguard for my SIPP, mainly for 3 reasons. The first of which is because my stocks and shares ISA is with Vanguard. Also, their customer service is really good. And finally, their overall fees are relatively low. So then, just a few things to note regarding SIPPs. So SIPPs follow the same rules and regulations when it comes to work and private pensions as well, in terms of how you contribute. And also, you still get your tax relief benefits when you contribute up to £40,000 per tax year. And that is £40,000 across all of your pensions combined. Then, of course, when you hit retirement age, you can either choose to take a lump sum, or you can choose to do a steady drawdown and still leave some of your capital tied up within the pension, so you can still get those benefits of compound interest. Now, there is something called the 4% drawdown rule. That essentially means that you can comfortably withdraw 4% or less from your pension, especially within your first year of retirement. And then, of course, you can use that 4% figure, but just adjust it for inflation year on year. And the reason is so you don't end up eating into your direct capital, so your raw capital can still accrue interest on a yearly basis. Now, it must be said that this is a pension. It's not like a traditional liquid account. You can't draw down from it until you reach retirement age. So unlike an ISA where you can pull down from it whenever you choose, a pension, you must reach retirement age, working retirement age of 55. So make sure that if you're making contributions to a pension, it happily works within your budget. So guys, that has been my video on SIPPs, a type of pension that at one stage was only available to a select few, but has now opened up to the wider population. So if you're someone who is looking to consolidate all of your pensions together, or you simply just want more control over your investment pot, then you may want to consider checking out a self-invested private pension. So guys, that's been my video. If you enjoyed it, you know what to do. Give me a big like down below. Now, if you want to see more videos like this based on personal finance, investing, or documenting my journey to financial freedom, be sure to hit the subscribe button down below and hit the notification bell so you get the alerts when we upload new videos to this channel. Anyway guys, it's been Adam here. Thank you for watching. Take care, and of course, I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye for now.